She came down the stairs with sleepy eyes and a hopeful heart, and I told her no. She looked at me, our youngest, 9 years old, and asked, "Can I watch the movie too?" I said no, not this one. And that's when everything exploded. Screams, tears, a tantrum that shook the walls. And my wife, she says I handled it all wrong. So here I am, wondering, was I being a good parent, or was I just being cruel? Let me tell you the whole story. I'm a father of 3, a 13-year-old son, a 12-year-old daughter, and our youngest, our 9-year-old girl. She's bright, spirited, emotional, one of those kids who feels everything all at once. You can see it in her face when she's happy, and you can feel it in your chest when she's upset. Parenting her isn't just about rules. It's a dance between boundaries and heartstrings. And one thing we've learned about her, she doesn't handle horror well. She says she wants to. She insists she can. But even Scooby-Doo sometimes pushes her too far. And yet, like most kids desperate to prove they're grown, she's fascinated by what scares her. She wants to test her limits. She wants to be brave. She wants to be like her siblings. So, last night, we decided to watch Alien. Yeah, that Alien. It was my wife's idea. The 2 older kids were into it. We figured it was the perfect summer night for a movie that none of us had watched together before. But we knew one thing. Our youngest wasn't ready. And more importantly, it was past her bedtime. Summer's in full swing, so we let her stay up until 9:30. That's a generous bedtime for a 9-year-old. We tucked her in, kissed her forehead, and told her goodnight. Then we crept downstairs, like teenagers sneaking snacks. Popcorn, blankets, lights dimmed. We pressed play. And maybe, just maybe, we thought we'd gotten away with it. But 5 minutes in, we heard the soft thud of bare feet on the stairs. She stood in the doorway, blinking against the flickering TV light. "What movie are you watching?" she asked. My heart dropped. I glanced at my wife. She sighed. I asked her gently, "Why aren't you in bed?" She said she heard her sister talking about the movie earlier that day. She knew. She knew there was a movie night happening. And to her, it wasn't just a movie. It was a secret club, and she'd been left out. She looked at me with those eyes. "Can I watch too?" I told her no. I told her it was too scary for her. She said she could handle it. I told her firmly, no. She said, "But I'm big enough for scary movies." And I could see it. That need to belong. That ache to feel included. That unspoken fear. They don't want me. So I picked her up, not angrily, just decisively. She screamed the whole way up the stairs. "No, Daddy, I want to watch the movie." I carried her back to bed. She thrashed, protested, begged. I tucked her in again. She sat up. "It's not fair. It's family movie night and you left me out, and I made the mistake." I said, "This isn't family movie night. This is time for people who are big enough for scary movies. You're too little." That shattered her. "No, Daddy, I'm big enough." She tried to get out of bed again. That's when I raised my voice. Not a yell, but louder, firmer, sharper. I told her, "You're too little for scary movies, and it is past your bedtime. If you get out of bed again, you're in trouble." She flinched. I tucked her in, kissed her forehead, and walked out. Downstairs, we watched the movie, but the screaming didn't stop. Upstairs, our daughter wailed. Loud, long, raw, her heartbreak echoing through the house. We didn't pause the movie. We didn't go up. We waited it out. Eventually, the crying stopped. The movie ended. The night passed, and I thought it was over. Until this morning. My wife came to me, quiet but furious. She said, That wasn't the way to handle it. I said, she knew it was past her bedtime. She wasn't supposed to be up. She shook her head. She felt excluded, she said. You could have let her watch a different movie with us before bedtime. Something appropriate. Let her feel like she was part of the night. Then we could have watched Alien after she went to sleep. It didn't have to be a secret. I pushed back, but she knew the rules. We've told her 100 times. She can't handle scary movies. And she threw a tantrum. Are we supposed to let her run the house every time she cries? But the truth is, I didn't sleep well. Not because of the movie, because of her face, because of the way she screamed, because of what I said. You're too little. Those words hit harder than I meant them to. And I'm starting to wonder if I was trying to keep her safe, or if I was just trying to keep things easy. And maybe, just maybe, I told her she was too little because I didn't want to deal with her being too big. Because when your kids get big enough to argue back, big enough to cry from exclusion, big enough to want the things they're not yet ready for, parenting gets hard. And I didn't want hard. I wanted quiet. But what she wanted was connection. And she got rejection. She wasn't just asking to watch a movie. She was asking, can I be with you? And I said no. So now I'm standing here, feeling like I failed her. Not because I said no to Alien, but because I didn't say yes to her. So, am I the asshole? Because I thought I was being a good dad. But all she'll remember is that she wasn't invited. Ooh, that one hits deep, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Parenting is full of impossible calls. You want to protect your kids, set boundaries, raise them to be strong. But then comes a night like this, where love looks like rejection and protection sounds like exclusion. What do you do when the right decision breaks your kid's heart? This story isn't about a movie, it's about a moment. A moment that will live in a little girl's memory, maybe for years. So here's the question for all of us. How do you tell your child no in a way that still feels like love? Where's the line between setting boundaries and building walls? Was this dad wrong for protecting his daughter from something she wasn't ready for? Or was it his words that did the real damage? We want to hear what you think. Drop a comment. Have you ever had to exclude someone you love for the right reasons? Have you ever been that kid, listening to the laughter downstairs, wondering why you didn't belong? Let us know. And remember, the story doesn't end with the decision. It continues with how you hold the people you love after the tears. This is AITA Stories. Thanks for listening.